The strategic partnership agreement between Moscow and Tehran was signed following talks between Putin and Masoud Pezeshkian in the Kremlin on January 17th. According to Iranian officials, the document contains 47 articles covering all areas of bilateral cooperation. It is no secret that one of the key aspects of this cooperation will be mutual arms supplies.
With Iran's support, Russia is receiving drones and missiles, and by using these drones, it can continue its aggression against Ukraine. I don't believe Russia is ready to help develop Iran's nuclear program. Iran is capable of creating a nuclear bomb on its own. All they need to do is take the enriched uranium they already have, which is not difficult to do. The technology is available.
Tehran, in turn, is interested in Russian Su-35 fighter jets and S-400 missile systems. Two additional factors that unite Russia and Iran are their dependence on energy exports and their attempts to jointly withstand pressure from the West and the severe international sanctions imposed on them. However, experts note that behind the facade of comprehensive support and friendship between Tehran and Moscow, there is a high level of distrust. For example, according to Middle East Eye, in the new agreement with Russia, Iran rejected Moscow's annexation of Crimea.
First of all, one thinks of their mutual failure in Syria. Both countries blame each other. The disappearance of the Syrian issue from the Russian-Iranian agenda not only weakens this friendship, but also becomes a cause for discord. Therefore, ahead of Trump's arrival, both countries need to understand where they are together. Russia is not entirely sure whether Iran will be able to withstand the increasing pressure from the United States. Will it move closer to the US in exchange for some concessions to get partial lift of sanctions and avoid a complete collapse of its economy? Mykola Meshchedov, politologist and Orientalist, in an interview with Radio Liberty.
The European Commission believes that the strategic partnership agreement between Iran and Russia only proves that Russia is not planning to stop its aggression against Ukraine.
And when it comes to Russia's cooperation with Iran, there's no surprises there. This sends a very clear message that despite Russia's messaging, Russia is not interested in peace, and their message is utterly insincere. So, on the contrary, Russia is desperately seeking help for its illegal aggression, and this shows even more Russia's actual weakness in this regard.
Meanwhile, the Trump team is preparing new restrictions on Russian oil. Bloomberg reported this, citing sources. According to observers, advisors to the newly elected U.S. president are developing large-scale sanctions that will put significant pressure on Moscow. The development of these restrictions is still in the early stages.
There are two main approaches under consideration by the Trump team. One set of policy recommendations if the incoming administration believes a resolution to the Ukraine war is in sight involves some good faith measures to benefit sanctioned Russian oil producers that could help seal a peace deal, said the people requesting anonymity as the deliberations are private. A second option would build on the sanctions, ramping up pressure even further to increase leverage, writes Bloomberg.
On January 10, 2025, the Joe Biden administration introduced the largest sanctions package in history against the Russian energy sector. The new package blocks Russian oil companies' access to international services and markets for their products, while also complicating financial operations. Reported by Katerina Bastun, Yulia Granovska, UATV News.